formerly known as Moe's Tavern, even a Wop Wop, whatever we like to call them. But anyways, these guys really are proving that they are a team to contend with, and at least going to be sticking around for another cycle here in Diamond, obviously with their success in the previous round. But I wouldn't be surprised if they put up at least a pretty good fight here against BMG, to say the least. With that said, I'm joined by Mini Mega once again. You looking forward to this matchup here?
Yeah, man, I'm really looking forward to this match. Obviously, we get to see a bit more of BMG, which obviously the new team are rolling around like the Super KG and Zibin, and the new recruits of Hexa and Support and Tankfit. And obviously, we've seen some great games already by WOP already, and I'm looking to see how well they can do against obviously some top players here in BMG. So I'm getting excited, man, for this match, and I'm sure it's going to be a good series.
It definitely should be. So here we are, obviously developing already pretty quickly here as far as the picks go. Now, I say that, actually, I'm looking at the extra time used. BMG already down to 32 seconds of extra time. So they were thinking there. I'm not sure exactly what that was used on as they're setting things up here to get the cast started. But anyways, already down quite a bit, but it seems like things are flowing along nicely now. The bands, though, Cthulhu Font, Swiftblade, Ophelia, and Pharaoh coming out by BMG. Pharaoh band, kind of interesting. Coming out with their final one. Rhapsody going to be the first pick, and a Kraken, Hag, and Iglesias so far as how it's developing. But what do you make of the Pharaoh ban?
Yeah, I'm not really too sure of it, honestly. I mean, I do agree with the Swiftblade ban. I mean, we've seen this hero doing absolutely incredible the last couple of games and the last couple of series. But yeah, the Pharaoh ban, I'm not too sure about. Maybe we'll see here in the next couple of picks if they're going to pick up a hero that can only work when not playing against a Pharaoh. That could be the case, because I mean, I don't think WOP is a strong Pharaoh player. I mean, obviously they can play it, but I don't think it's like a signature hero for any of the players here. So I'm as surprised as the Pharaoh ban as you break here.
Yeah, that's to use a ban like that on a hero such as that is it says something, but usually we look at a player, but.
Yeah, they pick up the Tempest here though, so that could be the reason why they did ban it. But at the same time, they obviously third picked the Tempest, so they could have easily just banned the Pharaoh in the second banning phase. But either case, they do ban it here. I mean, I might ask Tankfit after this game, why did he decide to ban the Pharaoh? Because it is a little bit strange, obviously, to see it banned in the first banning phase. But nonetheless, game goes on. Other bans come out from Tankfit is Parasite and Doctor Upholster, two of the heroes that actually WOP have been playing a lot of recently, and with a lot of success as well, actually. So most likely targeted bans coming out from Tankfit against the WOP team. Another good hero to ban against this BMG team is that Chipper, and taken out, of course, by WOP. Not going to give it to Exhibit here to play Chipper, and well, the rest is kind of history with that. So yeah, taking that option away, and for good reason, of course. As Pebbles is actually that final ban. Again, we did catch them in that game. Now actually play the Pebbles in the previous matchup and just dominated with it. Dominated.
Yeah. Perhaps even doing a little bit of research there, maybe even watching the match. Wouldn't have been surprised. So not letting them get the comfort hero. So WOP not going to think about this fourth pick here. I mean, they got Flux with the Wretched Hag Rhapsody. Engineer's actually still on the board even. If they wanted to get that combo there.
Yeah, I mean, they could definitely pick up the Engineer here, but that would most likely tend to be like a Wretched Hag Suicide. You could obviously dual lane the Wretched Hag with the Rhapsody bottom lane, but it's just a little bit awkward in that sense. So if they do pick up the Engineer here, it would most likely be a Suicide Wretched Hag. But instead, they go for a Ravener instead, actually. So maybe they're going to run actually a Carry Ravenor. I know it sounds very strange. I think we've seen it once or twice here on the stream of Honkost, but Carry Ravenor can do very, very well. Normally we used to see him in like an Initiator role with BMG picking up Super KG playing actually, but Carry Ravenor definitely has the potential and can go very, very far, but we'll have to see how it tends to be in this game.
Yeah, that's it's not your everyday pickup, and again the stat kind of speaks for it right there. All three, were played as a carry. Kind of very interesting. Usually we did see that hero kind of make an appearance as a Super KG. I mean, middle hero, ganking hero, but being played as a carry. But yeah, exactly. Small sample size, but yeah, so over 3. WOP's going to try to break that trend right here. Madman coming out. Hey, kind of one of those stat lines, though. We talk about Gauntlet has that too. Madman's another one of those. It's like his win percentage isn't the best actually. With how many games?
It's so strange as well, because I mean, I personally, whenever I was playing on Instant I really rated Madman and Gauntlet really, really high. And I thought they were great heroes, and I still do think they're great heroes, but clearly the stats are not saying the same thing, and like you said before, stats don't lie, but I don't know. Maybe that's like Madman and Gauntlet are only good in certain lineups, but I still think that the heroes are very, very strong, but clearly they just don't bring in the wins.
Clearly. So we'll see. Obviously, they're hoping for the better themselves, too, so something's going to kind of have to bend there in terms of the success rate. But back over to WOP now, the final pick. BMG themselves even only 1 and 3. That's extra interesting there. So it's not like it's just like a bad team picked him up and lost a lot with him. I mean, even the top team's not maybe the most success. Polywog Priest, though, the final pick.
Love this year. Love it. I mean, I'm assuming we're going to see the reps at Flux middle lane and the Raven or Polywog Priest in the short lane with Wretched Hag Suicide. And I actually think Polywog Priest, I mean, normally we don't really find the best of drafts or best heroes or teams really work him into the game, but actually in this draft I think he can work very, very well, because his laning phase is very, very weak. But obviously if you're running carry Ravenor, one of the strongest laning carries probably in the game right now is Ravenor, so at least that sense Polywog Priest will be helped out by the carry Ravenor, and obviously has a great potential going into the mid and late game with the pushing potential with the great CC, so hopefully we'll have a strong game coming out from Polywog Priest. And I'm really liking these more weird secondary supports. And talking of weird secondary supports, that's not going to be a circuit support slim. So, scratch what I just said. But.
No, yeah. It's going to be more the short lane carry, even, it looks like, in the hands of Haxer in here. But still, Slither is another one of these kind of heroes, though. It's been a little bit. I mean, he kind of has gone through some phases of where he's picked up quite often and dying out once again. And we're kind of been in that dying out phase. We haven't seen a whole lot of Slither recently, but... Going to try to make it work here for BMG, but I gotta say, did I hear you correctly that you think Ravenor is one of the hardest carries?
I didn't say it's the hardest carry. I just think it can work very, very well, and it can carry very, very late into the game. I mean, I wouldn't say it's one of the hardest carries, but you'll be surprised.
Okay.
Yeah, at first I was a complete disagreement. I'd never thought Ravenor could carry, and then Marcus Moore actually on my team said, "Oh, let me show you how strong Ravenor is," and we've had quite a lot of success with it. And that hero can carry very well into the late game, and we might see it here. Well, hopefully, we'll see it here, and you'll see the power actually of carry Ravenor.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't say it's the hardest of carries, but he definitely can carry. And at first, you might think it doesn't make any sense he can't carry, but trust me, when he gets a lot of stacks onto the power overwhelming and gets enough items, he can absolutely wreck face. And the burst potential as well is very, very interesting, because obviously in carries, if you think about it, there's a lot of sustained physical damage for most of the carries, for the Dark Lady, for the Mage Banes. But the one thing they do lack in terms of carries is the burst potential. But Ravenor has both, honestly, has good. So it has good sustainability with the power overwhelming, but it has good burst as well with the Stormblades and the Ball Lightning. So kind of a peculiar carry, but can very well in that case anyway.
Yeah, no, I don't doubt that his carry potential is there. So again, I guess I just misheard you. So, but still, as far as his late game potential, yeah, it most certainly has a very strong presence or can develop. Just as long as you don't go Ice Brand first. It's probably it's probably something to put out there. No, but I'm sure that won't be the case. Here, I will also say this, kind of a side thing as far as we're still in the pause here. Ravenor All Mid Wars is actually one of the more fun All Mid Wars I've ever done. It's a lot of fun. If I'm just looking to just have a good time, play some Mid Wars with some viewers and whatnot, we do all Ravenor Mid Wars. And I know a lot of people like the Devo or like the Hook kind of heroes. Ravenor's fun. Try it if you haven't. It's the blast. So.
But yeah, going back to the sort of strategy here of BMG, it's most likely going to be like that kind of AOE sort of centric line. They have the Kraken, the Tempest, and the Sliver. You talked about how Sliver hasn't really seen a lot of daylight most of recently, and that goes back to honestly the meta game shift. We're seeing less and less of these sort of team fight and pushing sort of style of lineups what we used to see with SG and BMG back in the day, but now it's sort of more tending to sort of late game and sort of ganking potential. More of the sort of the Legion sort of style of draft. But obviously in this case, it seems some sort of team fight potential and pushing potential with the Sliver pickup here. So we'll have to see how BMG sort of actually run with this. I don't think they're the strongest sort of team fight potential team. They more obviously run the hard carry with Haxrin, so seeing Sliver on Haxrin is a little bit surprising, but we'll have to see how he does here in Game 1.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, definitely going to be that short lane, though, most likely. And again, it says, the more I'm kind of looking at this, too, this seems definitely more of that old schoolish kind of flair to it. In the end, coming out here from BMG, and again, Tankafet, the captain of the team. So, yeah, while we are sitting in this pause here, I already see people kind of bringing it up in chat, like, "Oh my God, what's the deal with BMG?" Again, guys, I understand that people haven't been following very, very closely, but as a result, after last cycle, BMG officially announcing Handskin, Jonas Fan, and Seal Kid actually no longer playing part of the team. Super Kiji and Xibe, though, of course, stayed back behind. They're still part of the team. They picked up Support, Haxorn, and Tankafet to replace those three, and thus the new BMG team was born going into Cycle 2. So, obviously, Haxorn and Tankafet especially kind of coming back after being MIA for a while as far as competitive Heroes of Newerth goes, but back with a vengeance even. No, but getting knocked down here to the losers bracket again against a team like Willowkeeper. So obviously we got a little bit of a taste of what this BMG team is, who they are, and how they're going to be able to compete. So, but it's going to be fun again to see how that continues on. And most certainly wouldn't be surprising if they still need some time to develop that synergy and whatnot. But individual skill-wise, this is no doubt one of the top talented teams out there as far as that's concerned. So. Apparently, our Legion team is ready. Okay, so there we go. So as soon as countdown here, get into the laning phase as of course, and go from there. As far as seeing anything out of the ordinary, I mean, Flux is currently headed top actually, with the Polywalk Priest even to follow. So how about that? WOP may be doing something. Okay, Rhapsody's been going up there. So Raven is the only one just not going up there to the top lane currently. Going to be going short lane here.
It's not going to be a tri-lane, is it? Like, I really
think it might be.
I don't know if I agree with this choice, because they could easily just run like a dual lane Flux and a dual lane bottom. But I mean, Polywalk Priest are a very, very weak laner. So, I mean, I guess they're going against an aggressive, a defensive pseudo tri-lane. So obviously they're not running out like a tri-v-tri in that sense. But still, I mean, I'd like to see sort of Polywalk get some levels as well, and obviously if he's in the short lane, he can obviously pull and get the levels that way, but in the tri-lane, he's going to really suffer in terms of those kind of levels. I guess it does allow, Wretched Hag not to suicide, but I don't know, they are actually rotating back down here, actually. Flux is coming down into the middle lane, so most likely it's just going to be a suicide Wretched Hag, and then the supports are just going to dual lane. So that's what's going to happen. They just rotated all as forward just to place the wards, which is a little bit strange, though, because obviously if they took a team fight there without Ravenor, that would have been very, very bad, but I guess Ravenor just didn't want to miss any creeps, so it just stays down here, which makes sense, I guess. But
okay, yeah, that makes a lot more sense, with them kind of breaking out right here and good to go. So, yeah, so going back to Polywalk Priest, so again, that final pick, and this again is kind of one of these heroes, though, as he can be a very solid support option, but man, oh man, I would like to see him in that more of a farming route rather than play as just a pure support by all means. Obviously it takes back to the no-tail days and whatnot, but
yeah,
not
I
kind of
understand that. I mean, that's because obviously, like, when you're running like a secondary support Polywalk Priest, you really do sort of suffer it in that terms of the farm. But if you can really get like, some good farm maybe by pulling or just getting a few last hits on kills and things like that, then you can still have that kind of impact on the game like a core, but obviously still being played as a secondary support. So we'll have to see how Drogon does play. It's probably one of my favourite support heroes to play, actually. So looking forward to seeing how he rolls here in game number 1.
I mean, the skill set says this is a support hero, honestly. To an extent, you got both the tongue-tied and the Hex, obviously, the Morph, as it's called. In fact, going to come in right here, apply a little bit of damage. His skill set definitely speaks for he can be a very powerful support. So, just one of those cases, though. It's like, like to see him more of getting the early levels and whatnot, but stats shows right there, Quincy. He has been played 4 times only before, but all 4 happen to be support role. I'm going to continue on here.
He just needs the farm, I guess. Really, is the one issue really as him as a support. But I mean, the good thing of him playing as support is obviously like he does offer that kind of pushing potential to a team that has no pushing potential, obviously due to his wards or voodoo wards. So actually, middle lane.
Yeah, a little bit of poke right there. Flux taking some good damage. It could be fine in the end, but gonna force to use some regen. As is Kraken though. Eating some of those trees. Health potion on a Flux, however. Again, Flux with those 2 crushing claws. Not surprising to see that. So we usually see with Flux players, and allows them to be extra tanky while still having that range aspect, of course. So, very powerful laning hero, obviously, coming out here. As, another hero kind of, speaking about that mentality, as, action at the top, and we may see a bloodless kill, perhaps. Wretched Hag getting low as well. Health potion coming out, so going to be fine in the end, but that was pretty close. Hag, you could tell he was thinking about it. He's like, do I want to commit to this? Nah, probably not. As the poison was taking him down, it would have been for a tower dive. Most likely a death, just a matter if he gets the bloodlust first. So, plays it safe. But, yeah, Slither, especially in that short lane, this is going to be one of the stronger laners in the game.
But, I mean, I have to say, though, Leroy's doing actually really, really well, seeing as he's against pretty one, like we said before, one of the strongest laners in the game. Like, Haxkins actually hasn't actually the strongest start, only 200 GPM compared to actually 200 GPM on Hag, and actually Hag is leading Haxrin now, so I have to admit Leroy doing incredibly well seeing as he does have the disadvantage in this lane. So well played out from Leroy already in game 1.
Yeah, missing a creep kill right there as well. Okay, gets that one at least, and obviously that's really tough when they're at the tower like that. So, but yeah, most certainly Wretched Hag keeping even, if anything. I mean, you can consider that a win
right.
for
definitely.
him, as he is down to 1 Tree Eater, as Slither still has 4 left, and that could come to play a big role, though. You can kind of see right here. Slither's taking advantage of that, pops out the poison spray. Wretched Hag does have enough mana for a blink. Toxicity is going to be applied with the auto attack, and actually will fall back in the end, so no chase down for a kill by any means, but gonna get Wretched Hag fairly low. However, Bottle is delivered. That's a pretty big item pickup there for Wretched Hag. Going the Suicide Bottle to middle lane in the meantime. Tempest coming in looking for a stun. He gets it off on a Rhapsody. He gets pulled back by his Flux teammate, but the charge from Kraken comes out, and Super KGE gets credit for the bloodlust. So Flux trying to make use of the skill set right there. Pretty good attempt, but not to be in the end. Oh, Bottle? Yeah, wow, Madman got low. He gets away, though.
Yeah, one thing to point out, though, is actually Drogon here on the Polywog Priest is having a lot of emphasis, making sure to utilise this pull here. Already level 3, which is definitely important, seeing as he is like a support that definitely does need those levels to be really useful in going into the mid-game, and he's going to take another pull here as well. So not only sort of reducing Zibe's fall on the Madman, but also giving him some very, very much needed levels. So.
There you go. had a text. It was bad. I misspelled Bad Monkey Gaming right there, so I did a quick fix, and there you go. Interface is good to go.
Top lane.
Top lane. Wretched Hag kind of kiting around a little bit. Glacius here with the invis. Does he actually know he's here? Yeah, probably not. I don't know if he spotted him initially, but no, he's getting hero blocked a little bit.
Blocks,
so
yeah, and I think that's the reason why he backed off. Actually, great presence of mind there come out from Leroy. It just depends how much Glacius is going to spend up here. He's got 25 seconds on the invis. Is Hag going to get greedy is the question.
Yeah, it's one of those small things. It's like when you're playing, you may not think about it too much, but if you stutter a little bit like that, you're like, wait a second, something's not right here. I should be able to just walk in a straight path.
And actually, I think Leroy's patience is definitely going to save him, because look at now middle lane. Super KG is going to have a tough time. He's already had to use the Tsunami charge because he knows obviously Glacius up top lane. Okay, yeah, I mean Hag is definitely losing that farm, but I mean he's not dying. This is definitely the right play to make. Yeah, Haxrin is slowly regaining control of this top lane, but he was meant to regain lane control or the lane dominance in this lane anyway. So definitely the right play here coming out from Leroy, and this wasted a lot of time coming out from support, and now gives Prodam here on the middle lane on the Phlox to actually beat Kraken in terms of the middle lane. So all in all, a great play coming out from Leroy, just the presence of mind there to survive.
Yeah, you see the creep farm here, 29-8 Flux versus an 18-1 Kraken. So, and that is no doubt a big part to what just happened kind of right there with him being gone in the meantime. So Madman constantly going in with that stock, living life on the edge of Zibe, but but in the end, he is staying alive and actually has that bottle to work with. He's going to go for the bottom rune, 6 minutes. We'll see what pops up right here, especially something like a haste rune could possibly set up a kill. Well, there you go. Gets the haste rune, and now the chase is on. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that might have actually been probably a good thing to happen, though, because now, obviously, Rhapsody knows Madman has the haste rune, so middle lane and even bottom lane, particularly the Polywog Priest, has to play a little bit defensive now for the next 2 minutes. And Madman is still staying around here as well, so middle lane have to be very, very careful with their positioning not to get picked off here. Madman is coming in. It's going to get risky.
Trying to find the angle. There you go. Runs right into Rhapsody right here. Rhapsody does go for a put down. They're going to down the tower pretty heavily right here. Gets that kill. Does Kraken with the auto attack and then falls back to farming. So Flux doing all that he could right there. And obviously no TP support to be had. So good dive decision coming out from BMG, and obviously Zibe doing
still has the haste.
Yeah, he still has it. Exactly. He didn't even have to use it right there. In fact, he's going to run into Polywog Priest now. But really just using the mana and going to pop it right here most likely, yeah. Get some mana regen. In fact, still some creep kills in the process with it, because why not? Might as well get farmed somewhere, because bottom lane, it is all Ravener. Oh, a little bit of lag here, unfortunately, coming out.
I don't get any of this lag. So.
I'm not getting it either. It's just I don't know. It's apparently it seems like this weekend though, especially we've unfortunately had a couple of hiccups in the servers. So.
Indeed. One thing to point out though is actually I love the item, or the skill build here of the Drogon on Polywog Priest. The 2 points in Morph and sort of maxing out the tongue tide. I think I definitely do agree with it, because obviously if you're playing a secondary support, you don't really need the damage of the Electro Drought, and you don't need it for sort of the farming capabilities which we normally see as a core Polywog Priest in the middle lane. Instead, just focusing on getting as much lockdown as possible. I mean, Ravenor can dish out the damage for sure. It's just locking down this Madman. So I mean, if Madman is going to fall, it's due to this good skill build build here from Drogon. So just to point that out, I do like the skill build here.
All right. So you see middle lane Flux, again, kind of having a hug at the tower here. His teammate getting picked off, of course. Ravender, though, 350 gold per minute. So we are going to get a good idea of what potential this hero definitely has as far as getting early farm and being able to work with that as the game progresses on. 7 minutes in, farming again 350 GPM. Going to finish Steam Boots here most likely. Well, I don't know, actually. I guess I could see the Ghost Marchers as well coming up.
I think normally... Yeah, I think normally carry Ravenor is the Steam Boots because obviously you want to take as much use of the attack speed into going into the late game. And also he has quite a lot of mana issues as well, so making sure you Steam Boot swap is very important on Ravenor, particularly on the earlier levels when you don't have a lot of mana. So.
As usual, especially in these earlier rounds, there is another match also going on, of course. Pulling up the brackets here. Oh, wrong tab. There we go. Nullstone Gaming versus Reason Gaming actually currently going on. And once again, also still being covered by the other stream, twitch.tv/Lash Videos. Go to the Han section, check it out. But Lash over there casting that series, and actually that is in its game number 1. And kind of seen right here as far as what that game's done with. Ooh, Dark Lady coming out. How about that? That's not your everyday carry, but Dark Lady. And there's Arachna on the Reason Gaming. So, very interesting game right there, it looks like. Keep an eye on that one as usual. See how that one ultimately turns out. And again, coverage also happening for that on another stream. So, all right. So, it looks like are they going to be good here? All right. So, yeah, it looks like it might still be lagging, unfortunately. The server itself. Let's do a ping. Ping all. Psh, 27 ping. What are these guys complaining about? Jokes. So yeah, we'll give it another minute here, and hopefully it kind of fixes itself as it seems to do. And if not, may go into a short break here. But for the time being, I'll have to wait and see what happens there. But well, in times like this, we can usually start talking NFL.
I've got the New York Giants. Sorry, the Giants versus the Miami Dolphins actually on at the moment.
It'd be the New England Patriots.
Sorry, the Patriots. Oh my days.
Actually, it's okay. You're from the UK. You're still learning the game. Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine. I'm just getting used to all the teams, man. 28-23 on Miami Dolphins, though. Pretty close. It's been quite a close game actually.
Yeah.
Patriots have been winning most of it, but.
Yep, NFL Sunday is here, and as an American, I am excited.
I'm excited as well, man. Even being UK. UK, I have to admit though, the last couple of years, like I think the same with America and soccer. It's getting a lot bigger there, but so is the American football here and in the UK. Actually, to be fair.
Yeah.
Sort of switching out our sports.
I'll take it. I'm a fan of soccer, actually. Growing on it. Usually, I like to watch it during like the World Cup times, though, but. Still, not too bad. But yeah, American football is a man's sport, so. Ooh, big play.
Got the Cardinals first on Monday as well.
Football over football, yeah. There you go. Yeah, no, the Monday night's the big day for a fan such as myself. 2 reasons, so 2 big games.
Yeah. And you got Seahawks next week as well. That's going to be a little bit of a struggle.
Yeah, I won't worry about that game.
That's fine.
This week's game, though, should be good. All right, here. So obviously we're still in the pause, unfortunately. So I think we're just gonna take a break ourselves and kind of again, hopefully it fixes itself out. We'll keep you guys updated at the very least, but hopefully should be returning here shortly and getting back to coverage here of what is game number 1 of Bad Monkey Gaming versus WOP Dash. So. Ladies and gentlemen, again, there is the other stream going on, twitch.tv/Lash Videos. Want to check that out, the other match for the time being, but hopefully not too long here again. We'll keep you guys updated, though, at the very least as far as what's going on. So stay tuned, though, guys. More coverage coming up shortly. Hopefully should be coming back up shortly, so stay tuned, guys.
Sound wheel, my shrimp. While I'm sipping by, crowd streets are flowing. When your friend bartender just made drink for me. Yeah, I can see the mirror behind his back, and my reflection that is drinking Mr. Jack. I'm looking through the window to see the road way. Everyone in the footprint is a mess every day, dude. I'm feeling the same about myself. And I'm drinking for C because I'm how the people say it helps. Anyone can fix it, but nobody can see all the shit that will lie in the road we all need. Nobody cares, and I feel sick and tired. It's hard to clean up, so easy to be blind.
I wanna fly. We all want to sometimes reach the sky. Joy in the breeze, but even angels, if they come to help us, they will cry. Looking at this.
The second sip is gone for me. What can I do? It is a people lonely. No, nobody can deal with that, but the third sip will make it not so bad.
I wanna break myself, rather than shame somewhere else. Now, the shift is going to the bottom. Even if someone will change, you will not change the button.
Anyone can fix it, but nobody can see all the shit that will lie on the road we all need. Nobody cares, and I feel sick and tired. It's hard to clean up, so easy to be blind.
I wanna fly. We all want to sometimes reach the sky. Joy in the breeze, but even angels, if they come to help us, they will cry. Looking at this.
And now I'm sitting at the black bar, paying bill with my gold card. And now thinking that enough, cause this road has no end, it will bring me nothing. And I'm gonna go my own way, when I'm looking for my soulmate's address. Go out, I see this mess and decide to go around.
We all want to sometimes reach the sky. Joy in the breeze, but even angels, if they come to help us, they will cry. Looking at this.
Don't throw it all away or leave it all behind. I'll keep singing main cliches and carry on to the next line. You keep going on the same, but nothing's ever changed your life. You never had a heart to break. You never had your boyfriend take the one true thing.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Unfortunately, not going to be coming back just yet, but as promised, I do want to give you an update. So apparently, multiple servers are having issues here. It's just trying to get that all sorted out, and hopefully, again, not too much longer. So don't really have an ETA for you guys. I would like to think only a couple of minutes, but again, there's no way for me to ultimately determine that. So just hang around, guys. Again, at the very least, I'll keep you guys updated within the next couple of minutes. If there still isn't anything further just yet, and we'll kind of go from there. So, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. Hopefully we'll have a match coming up, or continuing even, shortly here on Honcast. Stay tuned, guys.
Since 2 months I'll be gone. My heart wasted on me when you know that's never the easiest on you. I hope you can find a way to find yourself. Till then all I can do is say, don't throw it all away or leave it all behind. I'll keep singing main cliches
looks like we might be good to go here. Hopefully, cross the fingers here. Players unpaused it, and it seems like it might be good to go. So, back to coverage we go for the time being. Lee's topper in the meantime, right as we come back. Wretched, oh, and blink animation! She tries to blink away. The freeze comes out at the last second, and Tankafet actually getting credit for the kill right there. So Leroy doing his best to get away. Not going to happen though. Middle lane in the meantime though. Flux getting caught by the release Kraken, and he goes down. So BMG just continues 4-0 heroic lead now in their favor. So come right out of the pause. And we are right into action. It's not stopping apparently. Kraken going on Rhapsody now. Barrel roll comes out from Madman. Putting the slow out. Rhapsody just going to kite the best that she can. Unfortunately not enough. She goes down. Top tower's killed. What? What kind of a boss?
BMG were up about like 1,500. They turned that into a, it was a 5,000 gold lead and 5,000 experience lead in the matter of seconds, honestly. And it doesn't look like that's going to stop either. Tier 2's getting pressured here by the top lane from Sliver and Tempest, and they might even be able to take it as well. Although Flux is rotating along with Repsy as well, so Tempest and Sliver are going to back off in the end, though.
Yeah. Well then, all right. So WOP's going to have to kind of settle things down here, to say the least. I mean, again, the good news still is that Ravener is having a very, very good time. Back to the middle lane action, maybe going to be continuing, though. Slither, he's looking for an angle. He did pop the Energizer, but not going to be the case there in the end, it looks like. So, but yeah, like I was saying, Ravener, I mean, he actually picks up a Beast Heart here. So, are we going to see the Helm of the Black Legion, you think? Or even an Elder Parasite?
I mean, Elder Parasite could definitely work, but he might even be going for a Night Action middle lane.
Yeah, it just doesn't stop, man. Hex comes out on the Madman right here as he's trying to dive. They're diving past that first tower. Ball Lightning does a collision in the background. He might have wanted to get Madman, though, but still, at least a kill is a kill. However, Madman still chasing, gets caught upon Polywog Priest, and he will stalk away. So Ravener trying to do his best to make use of that early farm. He gets a kill, like I said, but in the end, oh no, he's not going to port in there. Won't be able to in the end. So, gets caught by stuns though. Pullback from Flux should be fine.
Save his life, yeah.
Yes, he is going to be fine.
Madman's coming from the flank though on the left side.
He wants to catch anybody that might be trying to run back. It doesn't look like that's going to be the case though, as Ravener actually just going to farm off to the jungle, but Madman still wants to find him. He's going to stalk through. Obviously, they saw that animation right there. Look at BMG. I mean, they just don't even care about this tower. Like, they're just way past it. Finally, they kill it.
Well, it is the right play to make, though, because first of all, they're so far ahead in terms of golden experience, but also they have the superior team fight. And Legions they're not in a position to fight. Rhapsody's not level 6, Polywog's not level 6. Their team fight, isn't that strong anyway, but 6 ultimates, they're going to be incredibly weak. So, very, very clever of BMG to actually capitalise on that. Now taking the Tier 1 tower, 6,000 gold lead, and nearly a 5,000 experience lead. And WOP really need to sort of try something here to get back into this game.
Yeah, what that something is, not 100% sure, but again, it's going to start with Ravener, I am sure, but missing a ball lightning chance right there for a kill. Look at just Madman go, though. Zibe's just all over the place. Yeah, he's basically been playing in this area for the last 2 minutes, it feels like, and he's going to finally kind of stalk away down towards the bottom lane, and actually probably will just kind of work his way through the Legion jungle here, so it's a tough place for WOP to be. It's like, we could chase after him, but we might use a lot of resources to do that, and we might not even kill him in the end, so...
They don't have full keys either, so I don't think they're going to be able to. And there's Madman again, he's so ballsy as well, but, I mean, it does pay off, though, obviously, putting a lot of pressure onto Legion, taking their resources. Actually, he's going to go for the Revenant. I don't know if he can kill him,
no, but... that's not going to happen. He just got a help with the Black Legion, but here comes Kraken! Kraken with the assistance! That will happen, and you know what? That's why he went in, because guess what? There's this thing called team communication. They were in Skype. I'm sure they said something in their language. I guess they're both not Danish or whatever. But anyways, they talked with one another, and they communicated, and obviously got the kill as a result. He knew he had the backup coming. Speaking of that, they collapse on a Flux, and they also pick up the kill onto him. So, I mean, Zimmy's just like... He's just not stopping to move. I feel like he has unlimited mana, too. He's somehow stocked like 20 times.
Yeah, but it's kind of the right play to make, though, because he's being very, very aggressive, which obviously forces the rotation to come out from Legion. And when that does happen, obviously, Legion will sort of clump up together, try and kill this Madman. But at the same time, we said before, Legion can't really take these team fights because they're not strong enough. Actually, bottom lane.
Yeah, they're going to jump on a Ravener right here. Again, he has that helmet of the Black Legion. The Poison Burst, though, going to start ticking him down. He will be fine at the end. In fact, Flux pulls him back. but they can't really get the follow-up, but probably for the better as Polywop Priest is like, save me! It's not going to happen, though. The charge back, and he gets beat down with the splash auto attack, and now Flux, he's yelling out, save me, but that also isn't going to happen. Ravner in the background, he has the Paul Lightning, but what is that going to do? He ain't porting in with how low life he is. He's just trying to live at this point. Oh, Kraken finds him, though. Maybe? Yes, he does see him. Paul Lightning's hoping to port somewhere, but it doesn't connect. He goes down. I mean, this game went from a pretty solid game to a pause to BMG just rolling over.
Wrecking face. Yeah, like, it's crazy how kind of the change of momentum can already occur, though, just with one pause. And it's looking like a 15-minute concede, because look at that, 12,000 gold from like a 2,000 gold almost a couple of minutes before. Absolutely insane count from BMG, but WOP are still in this game though. They just really need to get these level 6s on the Rhapsody and Polywop Priest, and then maybe they can fight and win a team fight, but until then, it's looking very, very grim for them.
Jeez, yeah. WOP Dash here is, again, we're interested to see, you know, what kind of competition they were going to be able to give to BMG, especially with this newer BMG roster here. And game number 1, BMG just making the statement that they came to play in Cycle C, even with players that coming back to the competitive scene haven't been around for a while, but they're definitely making a statement here, most certainly. Polywop Priest still kind of charging in, hoping to get a Hex off. Not going to happen, though. You see BMG right there. It's one of the few times we're going to see efficiency above 100%. They're doing better than perfect, is basically what that stat says right there when it comes to dominating here in game number 1. So, going to keep active in the middle lane. I mean, Madman's still in the vicinity. Kraken there, obviously the portal key presence is something to be weary of. Tempest, 1,700 more gold saved up after his Ring of Sorcery Astrolabe. And then again, Slither, another 1,900 gold really saved up on him. As he's going to go to the top lane to Wretched Hag, but, well, he doesn't have a stun, unfortunately. So Wretched Hag is going to be able to port out just fine before getting caught. So BMG, of course, going to keep playing their game here. No reason to stop that. At least until either the other team gives in or you just push all the way through. But, yeah, I mean, I was going to say for Ravner, was there anything specific, especially with the team starting to fall behind, like, could he have really focused to get a specific item here early on?
Yeah, I mean, with his team falling behind, I mean, although I am kind of against it because he's a carry Revenant, I mean, the portal key could have definitely been a potential, although obviously not the greatest of items for a carry Revenant, but, like, when you're this far behind, the only really way you can get back into the game is through ganking, and obviously the portal key would be the perfect item actually for him to gank. Actually, talking of ganking top lane.
Can they get a kill right here? Wards come down, they're using everything. Oh, he tried a poison burst, but he couldn't get it off in time, and actually, so there does fall. So finally a kill happening for our Legion team, but not going to come at a cost as, well, maybe it won't actually. Kraken, actually, portal keys away, going to be fine himself. And now Madman dodge ball. I didn't know we got hit by it, actually. He stocks. There's the portent, though, from Ravner. He was still invis initially, but now he sees him. However, Madman just a little bit too slippery right there. And
in the meantime, the tier 2 tower does go down actually middle lane.
Yeah, they're going to chase here. Kraken, he charges only the one, but he caught Ravner of the two. That works out just fine. Flux trying to at least get a counter kill. So a Sonar Scream from Wretched Hag will secure the job. Tempest going to be pulled back in. He has an ultimate, but he doesn't have enough mana for it. If he had the mana for it, that could have been pretty big. But Tank Effect did not, so he got pulled in. And at least WOP Dash is actually making some kills happen here. Unlike earlier on, but I mean, just look at that lead now. 11.5 thousand gold lead in favor of BMG for 16 minutes into the game, really. Yeah, Glacius kind of off to the side. He gets delivered those wards. He's just going to try to live as long as possible because he kind of has support nearby as they're busy killing other heroes, though. Rhapsody in trouble, probably going to be chased down right here. Glacius, yep, he will TP out before he ends up falling, so he is going to be fine. Madman getting low, but not low enough as Slither, enough of a bounty or a bodyguard right there even to keep Madman alive. So, well, 13-4 hero kills already in favor of BMG. So again, something there for WOP as far as actually making some kills happen, but big picture, BMG still well ahead. And you see what item Slither's going for. Most likely, I think that's going to be a Staff of the Master here on Slither.
Yeah,
not the
and why not? I mean, the Legion side are so far away in terms of shrunken heads, so this Staff the Master Slither ultimate could be so big and do so much damage. So, yeah, and it makes sense. They're going for this sort of AoE team fight, and it's the perfect item to really sort of get. So, actually, top lane. Yeah,
they're going for another kill right here. This one on a Kraken, but he has that charge ability that seems to go through anything, including those words right there. Turn it into around, release Kraken. The tongue tie came out, but it was stopped immediately. However, Polywop Priest does get finished off for the end, so he got the turn kill. Poison Burst comes out. It catches Wretch. Oh, no, it missed him. Yeah.
Missed him.
That might be the difference maker. No, the Tempest only misses! Did the hit him? Oh, it got him! Oh, it did get him. He was stuck on the cliff. Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was like, oh, I stun him!
That would have been embarrassing.
Awkward, but yeah.
That was fun.
That was close, but yeah, both. I mean, good rotation coming out from Sliver and Tempest. Though secures the 2 kills, and this most likely will secure the tier 2 tower middle lane as well. So, sorry, top lane. Sorry. So, yeah, I mean the golden experience just gets further and further for BMG actually, and it feels like there's nothing that the WOP can actually do to try and get back in the game. I said they needed to gank, but when that happened, they actually lost 2 for 1. So, it's not the best trade they're looking for.
Yeah, you see that Staff of the Master again. It has been a while since we've seen kind of this carry still their presence here on the competitive scene, but Staff of the Master still there, very, very powerful. Especially, not only makes it do more damage, but it becomes lethal is really the big thing there. We've seen so many times where it's like, oh, he's getting low, but it's just a poison burst, he'll get to 1 life, no big deal, he'll survive. Not anymore with the Staff of the Master once he gets to at least bottom. Top lane in the meantime to get the tower kill, and Ratchet blinks into her death right there. Slither is going to get caught out. He doesn't have his poison burst. He's trying to tank it enough. It's not going to happen. Tempest ultimate obviously not ready to go, but Kraken is ready to go. Charges Ravenar as tanky as it can be. Protect him. Melody going to save the day though. Yet again, pushback from Flux will save him initially here. He is moving damn fast with all those charges, but not fast enough as he got caught in the tree. So again, WOP doing what they can to put up a fight right here, but clearly the farm especially just too much. Okay, that was interesting. Yeah, so because he had a chance to kill Flux, but he wanted to assist for the other kill.
Okay, 1 second.
Does he have it? There you go. Charges in. Genocide. I think the concede vote's going to be coming here.
No one is going to save you.
There's not much what we can really do. Their draft is definitely has good potential, but after that pause vote, man, I don't know what happened, but BMG just went into overdrive and just absolutely dominated the game, and as a result, absolutely wrecked.
It's just like, you know, you're playing a matchmaking game of CS:GO or something, and you know you happen to be up like 13 to 3 rounds or something like that. Then all of a sudden, one of their players on their team just gets really, really good and wins like 10 rounds in a row for them.
Yeah,
it's like,
solo.
I'm not accusing BMG of turning anything on here by any means, but as far as that goes, but no, it's kind of that idea though. Just exactly the pause happened, and then after that, they just really went full throttle. So. Haxer, and he actually gets credit for a kill right there. The dot damage just too much for Hag. I honestly am a little surprised WOP's still hanging in this. I mean, it's one, again, they don't have the stats that we do, but it's game 1 exactly. You know, it clearly, after that pause, you know, on the other side of the spectrum, for them, it's just like it kind of fell apart at the same time. So, just to still be hanging on here, we've talked about that. We've had those discussions in the past. It's like, how long do you bang your head against the wall is the term we use. And it's got to be frustrating. I mean, it's like...
Yeah, personally speaking as a captain, there's nothing more demoralising than not only losing the game, but losing in this considerable fashion. Like if I know a game's lost, I instantly tap out, because obviously if it's like the last game of the series, then I can understand, you know, there's definitely a potential. But if you're in game 1, the worst thing you want to do is come into game 2 with a bad mindset because of how badly you got destroyed in game 1. So for WOP, I think they should just tap out, you know, go refresh, just, you know, go for a clean slate, go in game 2 with a clear mind, and then try and win the game. But I mean, this game 1 is definitely out of their reach, and there's only worse than just, you know, making your next game even have a worse time because of how game 1 went. So
yeah.
That's just my opinion on it. But
well, this goes back to too for BMG. We'll just keep playing our game. They're gonna go for a Congo attempt. I mean, why not? If this game's still gonna continue on, that's gonna be a token. Yeah, exactly. That's gonna be a token of life on Slither right here, most likely, I would think. At this point, he's got the Staff and the Master. You got a Shrunken Head and full finish on Tempest. One coming up on Kraken right here. Okay, it's giving to Madman, actually. Madman, by the way, went a Null Fireblade even. And I got to wonder if this was more of, you know, your serious game, if that would have still been the case or not. But I mean, honestly, it seems like it could be good, yeah.
Yeah, the reason being because obviously his attack speed is so high, so obviously he does take advantage of, obviously, you know, the extra life, also the extra mana burn because of the high attack speed, but also, if you think about it, Ravenor is only as good as a carry as long as he has mana, but if he's getting, you know, mana drained a lot by Madman, then the hero is kind of worthless in terms of that carry potential, because obviously he needs the mana for his charges to be high. It's not like a normal carry where obviously he's just got high attack damage in the later game. He needs that mana, and that mana burn is very, very useful against actually Ravenor. So yeah, I think even if this was a close game, I think Madman could definitely have the potential to pick it up normally.
Yeah, I've always been a big advocate of Null Fireblade especially, and I mean, maybe it's just because it's just not one of those items we just don't see often. Perhaps it's just simply that. But no, I think No Fire Blade, the items we don't really see ever, is an item that I've never really understood why we don't see it more. I mean, as far they even nerfed it or buffed it in a sense where they made it cost a lot less as far as the recipes go and everything. And it still had him in. It's just the potential of the item is so high. I mean, I guess it maybe just comes down to there's just other items that are just more routine and better that they figure. But here we go, big initiation, wall combo potential. The Tempest ultimate though coming out, protect Melody. Will mitigate plenty of damage in the background, so they're going for the all-in wall combo here. It doesn't look like it's working though, and I can't say I'm surprised. Wretched Hack falls, Hollywood Priest goes down. I mean, that was pretty good. Like,
right initiation, yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely one of the best ones they're gonna get.
Yeah, that's the best initiative they're going to get, and they still got absolutely demolished. So, I mean, definitely the time is now to tap out because, I don't know, like, I've just got a feeling that if you get, not only are you sort of worsening your mindset for getting destroyed this hard in game one, that also it gives, you know, BMG such a good sort of morale boost as well. They actually, you know, crush their opponents in game one, and Hon's a lot about momentum as well. So if they can carry that on to game two, then expect, you know, the same result in game two as well for BMG.
Yeah.
And so I don't understand why WOP don't tap out in that sense, but obviously they are going to carry on here. I mean, they have a 0.001% chance to take back in the game, and maybe that's enough for them to carry on.
0.0000001%. Probably be a better way to put it. They don't have a Moon Queen, is what it simply comes down to. Tempest, he's going to get caught out here, so definitely something for speaking of a moral boost here, as yeah, they will kill him in the end. Stats, there you go. Quincy stats don't lie. That's never been the case. So that's the percentage chance that WOP has winning here. No, obviously we're having fun, but yeah, there really is something to it that it's like how much longer we've been over this though. So it is their decision in the end. However, with that said, so the game still goes on here. And BMG will just continue the much bigger lead. Madman, okay, I guess this whole plane train strategy is a start. I mean, they've gone around, got a couple kills here. They're making some big plays. Middle lane, though, Flux says, get off me, bro, but Kraken goes right back in and says, but I like you. And throws out the splash auto attack. Double damage rune also helps. And Super KG on a legendary streak now, so he's going to go right to the middle lane. So yeah, WOP trying the whole, let's just all stick together kind of strat. And try to make that work. BMG kind of making it easy on them. I definitely feel like BMG could just group up and again kind of push it here. But
just go as 5 and group up, and they can't lose the game. Like they're so far ahead. They've got the better team fight sort of draft anyway, and they're so far ahead in terms of goal next speed. They can't simply lose if they go ahead. But maybe they're just taking it a bit lax. You know, they know that one game one they're less, you know, playing hyper alert and things like that. So. Yeah. They're sort of taking it easy. That maybe they're talking about what's going to happen in game two. Maybe they're talking about the draft, maybe because they already know this game one has already won.
Maybe they're talking about the weather. Who knows?
It could be, definitely.
The weather outside. How's looking out there? Raptor and his impact. I mean, his farm. He's actually still managing to do decent here. 375 gold per minute. I really like to see his potential as far as taking off. And again, his farm to start was looking that way, but we went back to the pause happened and all hell broke loose. In favor of BMG, so he's still trying his best. I mean, the Shrunken Head is, yes, a good pickup here, especially against this Hellborn team, but it's a lot more that needs to happen for them to have a decent chance here even. But more of the grouping up strat they're going to go for. BMG still trying to decide how they want to continue to progress on here. You see a Firebrand picked up on Slow. Slow is really one of those fun heroes. He kind of plays a utility. He can play like a team support utility in a sense of, you know, I'm going to get like the barrier idol, a staff in the mash, or the icon, just be kind of a beefy presence as well as putting out some good AoE damage. But also he gets that right-click power eventually, too. He has that potential. Yeah. As he's kind of showing here with the Firebrand pickup. So I remember a while back the toxicity used to be an attack modifier a long time ago. They changed that a while ago, though, so now it's the options to go like a Shield Breaker even, or Frostwood Skull. But don't really see those, so not a big deal. Ravener is kind of stuck. Okay, that's good. He had to get away from Kraken right there. You know a hero that we were kind of having that Polywire Priest discussion, and for some a hero that popped in my head that we never see that I don't know if I honestly fully understand why, but Hellbringer is a hero that we saw all the time early Han days. His ultimate is still one of the better ultimates in the game. I mean,
definitely, yeah.
Even especially now with the multiple Malphus, but Nope.
Yeah, very, very strong. Like he's,
Never seen
in
him.
a sense, you could
He
compare him
played
to
a game. There
Sliver.
you go.
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely compare him to a Sliver in that sense. A great laner, great AoE, and team fight potential. The only thing I think he does lack is like he doesn't really have a carry potential. So obviously, a Sliver doesn't have the greatest carry potential, but you said it before, he does still have some kind of late game potential with the right click and stuff. Whereas Hellbreach doesn't. I mean, he does have great AoE potential as well as a Sliver, and he's a great laner, but. I mean, maybe that could be the one question, but I definitely think he can still work. But
Yeah. Okay, Flux pulling the back right here. Kraken pops the Shrunken Head. He is getting pretty low, but not low enough in the end. Bat Blast off to the side. Hit a Shrunken Head, though. Poison Burst goes off there. Tab's ultimate going to lock down Ravender. Ravender's going to fall right here. He does have a buyback. At least the Kraken was used. There's the buyback onto Ravender. Flux in the front lines. He throws out a release and dies shortly after. So Ravender back up with Flux as well. So the buyback's definitely happening right here. Ravender going in. Gets killed. Tempest, but at one cost here. Kraken with a Tsunami charge. Takes out Ravender again. This time he ain't buying back. Zibbe picks up the hat trick, and he's still going for more. He's got that no fire play, going to use it right there. Gets a quad kill, actually. And now finally going to focus on the racks. He could get Annihilation if they're not careful. But, they kind of have to not be careful at this point to even have remotely a chance. So you see right there, barrel roll hits. I mean, the Manthrax is still alive. That is honestly a little surprising. But
That's
finally, it's going to fall. Kraken goes in, actually. Flux going to be the focus. Can he get the Annihilation? No, he won't get it, but there we go. Okay, it is official. GG, well played. And game one will finally go to BMG in the end. The results that we saw coming for a little bit there. But WOP, again, their decision. They try to hang on there. Hope for the Wombo Combo magical potential. But wasn't to be. Wasn't to be. So, not much else to say, though, about that game number one there, Mini-Mag. Unless anything else to add to yourself?
No, I just think clearly this just sort of shows that how HON is such a momentum sort of game. Obviously, I think it was looking quite even before the pause, and the pause happened, and BMG just turned on the throttle and just absolutely destroyed. So, hopefully, game two will be a little bit different, and hopefully, WOP can really sort of show what they're all about. Because I don't think they're a great team, but they just need the sort of the platform to sort of show it. And maybe game two is going to be the platform that they've been looking for.
Yep, exactly. So BMG feeling pretty good, I'm sure, after that game. Even took a little bit longer to finish it in the end, but that was the decision of the other team, perhaps. But